Last time, after our heroes triggered the alarm in Lady de Grey's manor, they quickly escaped her trophy room as soon as they could, but found themselves locked between the Sheriff of Brigada, Swiftade, and the leader of the rebel group known as the Maniforged, the lost, forgotten champion, Black Jack Flint. Excuse me. My god, this is a clusterfuck right now. After convincing Swiftade to allow them another shot at stating their case to the council in the wake of Lady de Grey's death, the group decided to hit the town and try to scrounge up the support they need to call an emergency session. Flint and Verna elected to go out drinking for the evening to try and find any information on the group causing trouble in the city, and after finding a threatening message in the local newspaper, Verna talked Flint into heading to the home of Councilman Thorum Astralforge to try and decree where the message came from. That is not what I wrote there. Anyway, in Thorum's home, Verna laid out her case, and her link to the murder at the newspaper that morning, and with a questioning look, Thorum excused himself, and the confused dwarf summoned 2 paladins of Voldona to look into the situation. During their interrogation, however, one of the paladins noticed Amberhorn in Flint's hand, noting that it was the murder weapon linked to the bar fight that night before. And with that, the 2 paladins promptly arrested Flint and Verna and started escorting them back to the Church of Voldona in the spokes. Now, we follow our 2 imperiled heroes as they are heading through the streets.
Just walking.
Why am I handcuffed?
Well, you're with him, right?
I am, but I'm also in danger, so I don't understand what the handcuff.
Verna, they've actually got you handcuffed to one of the other paladins right now, since obviously you only have one arm. Just think of it as a precautionary measure.
So what am I gonna do if somebody comes up right now to try to kill me? Are you just gonna swing me around?
I mean, no, I have a sword. He kind of points to his weapon at his side.
Yes, and how are you gonna protect me and protect yourself if the arm is tied to me?
Well, if you were actually
not like I'm
linked
gonna
to the
run
murder
away or
in the
anything.
morning, maybe we can try and use you for information. You're safe with us. Just
I don't feel safe with being tied because I can't do. And how do you suppose I'm linked with the murder this morning?
well, you said you were.
I said I came here to see my friend who mysteriously was murdered.
As you said, you knew the murderer, or you knew the murdered person, so the victim, therefore you are connected to him. And if you're saying that you think that someone's trying to kill you now, then we're trying to keep you safe. But honestly, you being here with him,
And
as
by-
he points over to Flint, kind of making us ask a few questions ourselves, so we're taking you to the station.
So, wait, what's wrong with April?
Well, the weapon he's got there. Which
What about it?
one of the paladins is actually carrying at this point also. Flint.
Walking, holding my head up high, not saying a thing.
His relic that he uses to pray? It's a weapon?
It's a scythe.
A lot of people carry scythes, right? Like farmers and some people for other reasons.
Not something flashy like this.
I've never seen it. Like, what did you do to it?
Still walking, holding my head up high, saying nothing.
All we know is
I was talking to the paladin.
all we know is that a weapon that looks similar to this one was used in a murder about an evening ago. It was being wielded by a dwarf. Now, suddenly we find a dwarf holding this fancy staff, scythe, whatever it is. Honestly, I mean, we can't not take you in after that.
I look at the scythe like amazed, like same thing you had earlier, Abraham. Where did you get that?
I mean, we took the vines off of it. He was trying to hide it.
But that's not what he was carrying earlier. I know when we were running through the riot, we bumped into a bunch of dwarfs, and everything got dropped on the floor. Maybe we got mismatched with the other dwarf. Took it by accident.
How did you miss?
There was a lot going on.
I mean, this thing's pretty unique, and not many people carry around flashy scythes like this, so... Look,
It wasn't flashy. You said it was covered in vines.
look, miss, you're barking up the wrong tree here anyway. I can't do anything to help you. You're going into the station, you can talk to them there.
I mean, yeah, that's fine, but I want to make sure that nothing happens to Abraham because somebody made a mistake and switched stuff around.
You can talk to the Judicar then. As they start leading you out of the gardens and down into the spokes. It is probably about 11:30, getting close to 12 o'clock at night at this point, as you're being led back down into the middle of town. Just off the main trade district in the middle of the spokes, down one of the larger streets to the south, there is a church, an Oldonan church, which acts as a police precinct, similar to how it is in Zento. And of course, you would assume that this is where they take most of their criminals in the area. It's not a fairly large.
Is the riot still going on?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. It's hard to tell from where you are, especially since you can't see down into the slums anymore. You do see a faint orange glow over the horizon, but there's no telling if that's from the riots or, maybe somebody's created a bonfire or something. You don't know for sure.
I asked one of the paladins what's going on over there. Like, is it the riot still, or?
I mean, a couple of people got a little crazy after they heard the lady had passed.
There were a few shops that were broken into, windows were broken, and a couple of trash cans and stores were set on fire, but we, for the most part, contained it. It's just people acting out.
Of course, if you ask me, I feel like they're about to start getting a little crazier. Lady de Grey passing.
Why is that?
Lady de Grey passing means there's going to be a lot of unhappy people right now, and not just the ones who are on her side.
Continue. Like, who else? Like, what's gonna happen now? Is it gonna be even more riots in the morning? Or?
We don't know yet. We're kind of expecting that rebel group to start making their move, but who knows for sure.
Which rebel group?
The Maniforged. They've been stirring up trouble in the slums. We think they're the ones that put out the propaganda that it was the Kellerain Union that's been raising taxes.
Oh? Who's been... So is it true, or is it just a rumor?
I mean, they have been raising taxes, but these guys have been making it sound like it's a racist thing.
Truth is, a mercenary army is kind of expensive to keep together, so... And with the Norellians being as unpredictable as they have been, we kind of need money, so... I understand a little bit about why they need to do it. I mean, we've all got to get paid after all, right?
Yes. You can say that, I guess.
So they're going to lead you down now into the actual church. As you enter inside, I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
I think my dices are broken. Show off.
Oh, wow. Hang on 1 second. Oh, excuse me, charisma saving throw.
Damn.
As you both enter into this church, Flint, you feel like there's something that's kind of pressing down on your brain, and it kind of feels like it makes you want to be truthful. Verna, you feel it as well, but you just kind of shake it off.
Nice.
And as you walk up to the booking officer who's sitting behind a large desk towards the front of the church, again, these churches of Voldona are pretty similar. There's a large sanctuary right inside the door as you walk in, and you see this statue of this large, beautiful woman, wings behind her back and a large sword in her hand. Seems to stare down onto the entire sanctuary judgingly as to what she's looking at. Several pews, stone pews, lined up in front of it. These beautiful blue and silver banners that just fly all across the sanctuary. Several stone columns within the front, and then again there is also a holding cage next to the desk where the booking officer is. As they lead you inside, the two paladins bring you up, the two of you up to the desk.
State your business, please.
Yeah, we got a call from Thorum Astralforge. These two would showed up into his house.
Asking for help, and then I'm chained to this guy. I don't think that was very helpful, but nothing happened, thank God.
The little one here said that she was friends with the editor that was slain this morning, and she thinks that someone's trying to kill her. Oh, okay. Interesting. And this one? This one, he kind of points over to Flint, was carrying this, and he pulls Amberhorn out. Oh, that's the thing we were looking for. Yep. Pretty unique weapon. I don't really think it'd be that easy to hide this thing, so. Oh, alright.
But you said it was covered, and it was, as I told you before, it was a mistake that he picked it up. But you won't believe me.
Well, it's not our place to pass judgment. That is for the Judicar. Let's see. Your name is. She said it was Verna Thorngage. All right, and him. What was his name again?
My name is Flint Frostbeard, last of the clan of the Frostbeards.
Both of the paladins kind of look at you, and the booking officers just, their mouths drop open. All right. Send him back for processing.
Processing? Processing what?
All right, come on, you two. And they're going to lead you back down a hallway to
where
the
we
left.
go? I'm just like, looking everywhere.
And as you're
I don't
walking,
see any like.
good.
I don't see any like writing. Do I? Like, writing messages on the wall or anything like.
You do
stuff?
actually. But what you see is like messages of Oldona herself that speak to the law is truth and truth is the law, and things like that. They look like scriptures, basically.
Okay.
They lead you down a hallway to the left, and there is another officer that seems to be in like a little kiosk thing. And as the two paladins lead you two up, the officer behind this kiosk looks at the two of you. All right, empty your pockets. Bags, personal effects, anything you got on you.
I comply, empty everything out of my pocket, and ask for a receipt of everything.
All right, here you go, sir. They take inventory of everything that you have on you, Flint, and the young man slides you back a piece of paper.
I just dropped my, I guess my weapons, daggers and rapiers, and pistol.
Are you trying to keep stuff on you?
And I also asked for a receipt. I mean, yeah.
They ask for your whole bag.
Maybe one thing. I mean, they'll get everything except for one.
Okay, what are you trying to keep?
I think that's how it works. My tools.
Are you trying to smuggle your tools in?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I will need you to roll a deception check.
Okay.
Oh boy, here they come. I hear them.
Alright, empty your pockets out. You dump everything out. Hey, wait, no. What's that in your back pocket there?
I'm wearing a dress. I don't have back pocket.
Are you still wearing a dress?
We never went back to the mansion.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did, but I didn't change. I was just sitting there drinking. I'm still in my attire from the ball.
Well, fine. The thing you're hiding in your sash there, that kit.
Oh, this, I don't know. Just ends this stuff, I guess.
Looks like tools to me.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yep, can't let you have those. He takes them out from inside your sash. Puts it back up on the counter. Alrighty, okay, we'll go through all of this, and here you go. He writes your receipt for all the items that are in your bag.
I snatch it from him.
Alright, right down this way, please. They lead you down past this little kiosk area and back into an area where there's several holding cells. As you start moving your way back, the place starts to get significantly more bleak, obviously. The walls kind of feel wet and nasty. You hear people being rowdy down the hallway. It smells kind of bad, but also that kind of, like large open stone room smell. Obviously, this is where they're throwing all the criminals that are first coming into the place. And towards the end, there is a group of 6 cells, it looks like, and they put you, the 2 of you, into the second one together.
Is this where you keep victims?
This is where we keep suspects.
Suspects? But I'm a victim.
Well, then you'll be safe. As the 2 of them kind of look at each other, and they close the door behind them and lock it, and they start walking off down the hallway.
Is it like, are we underground, or like, can you explain the room thing again?
You're not
Like,
underground
how it
currently. You're still in the actual church area, but these are the holding cells that are down one of the hallways in the actual church itself.
Can I see other cells, or is it like
There's
stone?
There's other cells next to you. It's not solid stone between these cells. There's bars in between them. There are a few other actual criminals that are in the cells next to you.
Can I talk?
If you want to.
Yeah, why not? Let's see.
While this is all going, while Verna's doing all that, I go and sit down and go into prayer.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're praying for?
Just praying to Yedea and thanking her for her guidance and asking her for her forgiveness for I was a lost soul and overdid what I did, and pretty much that's it.
Okay. So yes, you were wanting to talk to some of the actual criminals that are next to you.
Yes.
There are a few people in these cells. You do seem to see like a couple of half elves that are kind of in the cell to your left. That are just kind of sitting there staring at each other quietly. You see a human man who looks very dirty, who's in the cell to the right, who's kind of sitting there scratching himself. Looks like he has a tattered vest on.
Any markings on that vest?
Roll perception. Not really. It just looks very torn. Very old, aged leather. It looks like he's been wearing it for a while. Probably the only clothing he owns, honestly.
A beggar. So just those three?
Yes.
I asked the elves to my left, what are you in for?
What? I mean, burglary, if that's really a crime.
Both of you?
Well, I mean, it was a crime. But then when we killed the little girl in her bed, that was also probably worse.
Oh yeah? Why'd you kill her?
Couldn't help it.
I roll my eyes and I look at the dude with the vest. What you in for?
What?
Are you okay?
Maybe? What? What are you in for?
Somebody's trying to kill me, and I guess this is their protective custody.
Trying to kill it? They're trying to kill me too.
Oh yeah? Who's trying to kill you? And why?
Badgers.
Patchers?
Badgers everywhere.
What about these badgers? What do they want from you?
Come here. He kind of motions for you to come closer to the bars.
I get as close as I can, but not too close.
They like the taste of my spleen.
What does it taste like?
Cotton candy.
I pretend to reach out to grab his spleen to get some candy.
You got any fairy dust on you?
How would I put that in here if these damn pals just took everything from me, bro?
Well, you suck! He moves back into the corner again.
Is there a rock somewhere so I can throw it at him?
Survival. Nope.
How long you guys been in here for?
Can't count. It's been a while. It's hard to tell with no sunlight coming in here.
Has anybody come down here to talk to you guys?
No, I'm sure that they're trying to make their deliberations, though.
Badger boy, what about you?
Huh?
Has anybody come down here to talk to you since they put you down here?
Do you know what the sound of green is?
No.
I need to know.
Sort of.
He kind of goes back to look in the corner again.
You suck. I start making noises like kicking the door, see to get the guard's attention or something.
Keep it down back there!
I kick harder.
What do you roll to annoy? Actually, let me see. First things first, Flint, go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
You said religion?
Yes. As you're sitting there trying to meditate, trying to feel any connection to the earth around you, you can't for some reason. There seems to be something blocking you in this place, blocking your connection to the natural world. And Verna, as you start kicking on the bars, a different paladin, large man in plate armor, walks up. Hey, keep it down!
When somebody's gonna let me out of here and talk to somebody? When somebody coming here to do what they gotta do?
Your trial's been set for the morning.
How long is morning? Well, what can it be now?
Just go to sleep and we'll come get you when we need you.
How am I supposed to sleep in this filth?
I don't know. Fucking figure it out. He walks away.
I'm going to annoy you all night.
Doesn't seem to be paying attention to you. So
I kicked the door in frustration.
Alright. Is there anything you two would like to do until morning?
Just lay out and go to sleep.
Okay. Berna?
I you know what? I guess I'll go to sleep until morning, see what happens.
Okay.
Hold on. Is there like a opening to see outside in the set?
No.
So it's just the 3 slums and that's it, right? They can't. How do I don't even know how to ask this correctly. Can I check the door to make sure it's like you can't break in or break out type of thing?
Yeah, roll investigation on it. And I'll say with advantage because of your background, you know locks. This thing's pretty sturdy. It has gotten a lot of use over its time, but without the proper tools, it's going to be really hard to get this thing open.
And there's no like false walls in the cell.
No.
I'll sleep next to the doorish to the left of it.
Okay.
You know, out of sight.
Okay. I need both of you to roll con checks for me since you don't really have anywhere to sleep.
Oh my god.
Those are con saves. I need con checks.
I hate you.
Flint, it's really hard for you to get comfortable. The weight of what you've done is starting to kind of weigh on your mind, and this flat, solid ground is just... it hurts your back. You can't turn to any position that would actually be comfortable for you. Verna, you surprisingly feel warm during the middle of the night. And you managed to get a good night's sleep somehow. Flint, you're only going to get a short rest, though, so... But Verna, as you wake up in the morning, you notice that one of the half-elves is spooning you through the bars.
I grab his nuts and twist as hard as I can.
Ah, damn it, you little bitch! He kicks at you.
Can I grab his foot, like, mid-action and, like, twist it more?
Acrobatics with disadvantage because you're one-armed.
So roll twice.
Yes.
They both sucked.
Yeah, you try and grab at his foot as he kicks through the bars at you, and he just kind of kicks your hand away. He spits down on the ground at you.
Oh. I'll cut you later.
With what, you little bitch? He goes back to sit down again. And about this time, the two of you hear the clomping of plate boots coming back up the hallway once more. Verna Thorngage, Flint Frostbeard.
Here.
You're slated to be judged. Stand up.
I am standing up.
I stand up, head still held high.
He pulls out the keys from behind him and unlocks the door. He pulls out a pair of manacles and cuffs you, Flint, and then Verna pulls out another pair for you and cuffs you too, Flint.
Wait, what? How? How are we doing the triangle thing?
He's cuffing you to Flint.
Oh, okay. I thought he was cuffing me to him and then me to Flint, and I'm like, what?
No, he's cuffing you to Flint, so you two are cuffed together currently. Alright, this way. And he leads you back down into that sanctuary. Wait, it's not what I want. Here we go. Leads you into this very large sanctuary again. And in front of you, there are a few people sitting in the pews. But behind the pulpit at the main altar, standing in front of this large statue of this beautiful woman, you see the woman that you all know as Judicar Solaris. And I have not shown her actual image yet, so I'm going to do that.
Can we see who's in the, can I roll perception, see who's in the, whatchamacallit?
See who all's in the whatchamacallit. Which area are you looking at?
You said you said when we walked in, there's people in the pew area?
Yes, there are.
Can I take a glance and see who's in there?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception real quick. What you see is a bunch of random townspeople. Not anyone that really looks familiar to you at first, but then you do notice one of the dwarves sitting in the pews with a little dwarven girl next to him. Looks to be the Coldbeard that Verna had knocked out that night.
He doesn't recognize me, right? I mean, like, we were in disguises that night.
Who knows?
You do.
That's metagaming, I can't say.
Well, I know.
Okay.
But the two of you are led to the front to this altar, and in front of you, of course, again, you see Judicar Solaris, the judge of Brigada proper, as she's standing behind this altar, kind of peering down at the two of you.
I look up towards her, head still high.
Hello, Judge.
Captain Perkins, thank you. You can leave now.
The large man nods to her, and he walks off.
Verna Thorngage, Flint Frostbeard. You have been brought in on heinous charges against the city of Brigada proper and against the country itself. How do you plead?
Not guilty. And what charges are we brought upon?
Verna Thorngage, you are here because of possession of illegal property and conspiracy.
What illegal property?
Based on the goods that you had left with us yesterday evening, we found several small vials of poison on your possession, as well as a manual as to manufacture such substances.
Huh. Really?
As for the conspiracy, I'm sure that you are aware of what happened to the King of Barclay this evening, or yesterday evening, I should say.
No.
Well, according to several of your companions yesterday evening, they don't know exactly what happened to his body, but after we had searched over the area a little bit more, we did manage to find his drink, and inside of it appeared to be some kind of poison. A very special concoction containing what appeared to be imp venom.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it is from a small fiendish creature that usually, when injected into someone, can cause very quick death, but if it's refined properly enough by a master poisoner, then it can be used to, well, slowly kill someone. Now, the interesting thing here is you say you don't understand what that is, but we found an imp head in your belongings as well.
An imp head from my belongings? How? I've never seen an imp before.
Deception.
Interesting. Well, unfortunately, there was the head of an imp within your belongings, and I believe I did mention that I was going to be looking through your, the embassy for the Norellians, after all of you had said that maybe they might be the ones behind this conspiracy.
I never said that.
You didn't, but your friends did. And it was a point of contention that we were interested in looking at, especially considering that, they killed Lady DeGrey.
They killed Lady DeGrey.
I was sure.
How they do that?
Sure, you were informed.
No, I left early from the party and went back home to enjoy a night with a glass of wine.
Well, apparently some creature was placed in Lady DeGrey's stead, and said creature, I believe, overreacted a little bit to the death of your king, and as such, the heir apparent to the Norellian throne, murdered Lady de Grey where she stood.
So you guys had a fake DeGrey up, and you're trying to blame us for that?
We're not trying to blame you for that. We're just trying to look at every angle here. And, more importantly, we were looking into the death of Roland Barclay V. And considering that we had found a vial of poison on him, as well as a vial of poison within the possession of the Norellians, we put two and two together, and lo and behold, it was the same poison. Now, we probably could have said that this was the cause or the charge of the Norellians to kill the king at this very public event. However, your friends did mention something about poison being used before we had even any knowledge of such a thing to have happened to him. You see, the king's body went missing before we got a chance to even investigate where he was. So we had no idea of a cause of death. So very interesting that your friends would bring that up.
It's interesting that you bring up that I had an imp head in my bag, which I didn't. Is everybody here trustworthy? Is there anybody here that shouldn't? Because I sure did not have an imp head in my bag.
Oh, you very much did. And believe me, no one here can tell a lie.
I had a game real quick, Carson.
Mm-hmm.
Am I supposed to, like, empty out my inventory every time I do something?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Weird. Okay. I don't want to, well, a little late for that now, but whatever. I'll roll with it.
Anything that you do not put into your personal lockers in your room is on your person.
I didn't know that, to tell you that.
Have
Be
mentioned that
honestly.
before.
Yeah, if that was I would have dropped everything then, you know, because I still have scrolls from the first night we played.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I know. I guess, you know, nothing can be done right now about that. I'll fix it later or something.
That brings us to you.
As she looks over to Flint.
Yes, Your Honor.
Unfortunately for you, I cannot pass judgment on the crime that you have committed. Your judgment must come from a higher power.
And what is that higher power, may I ask?
She steps back from the podium, and you see her hold her hands aloft. And as she hovers slightly in the air, her form starts to glow with this brilliant light. And standing in her stead, you see this.
I bow. Or wait, do I recognize? Hold on. Do I recognize who it is?
Roll religion.
Okay.
You recognize this beautiful visage standing in front of you.
I go ahead and bow because I recognize it. Not just not to disrespect a goddess.
Flint Frostbeard, arise.
Yes, goddess Odwana.
You are being charged with heinous murder in the first degree. How do you plead?
Goddess, I plead not guilty because of mitigating circumstances.
Mitigating circumstances, please explain.
I am Flint Frostbeard, the last of the Frostbeard clan, son of Helga and Burnt Frostbeard, the heroes of the underworld battles. All I did was come to inquire about looking for the rest of my adopted hill clan, the Stonefist clan, where they had gone to, and not knowing the full history of the underworld battles, I approached some fellow dwarves who I now know were Coalbeards, sworn enemies of the Frostbeard. They, as I introduced myself, they took offense to my clan name because I am a Frostbeard, and like I said, son of Helga and Burnt. And they started berating me and basically dishonoring my family name as well as the memory of my dearly departed mother and father. At that time, the one Coalbeard turned around and basically pulled down his trousers and showed me his bare butt, which I took extreme offense to myself, the memory of my mother and father, and being the last Frostbeard clan. And at that time, I lost. I let the anger get the better of me, and I killed him on accident. Only meant to harm him, to not dishonor my family name or my mother and father.
You should roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, Jesus. Where's my nat 20?
Right there, I meant to say.
I know of your parents. They fought hard during the Dark War. You, however, are only part of their lineage, not a hero. I understand that you did not understand what the relationship between your family and the Coalbeards in this city was originally. However, your actions have only merely caused more unrest within the slums. You have reignited an old feud and caused several of the Coalbeards within this city to question those above them. As you know, we had given them amnesty after the war, seeking pity on them for those who held them captive. Do you believe that such a dishonor should have been met with the strictest punishment for anyone? Death.
I understand, Goddess, and I am at your mercy. I know I lost my cool, and for that, I shall put myself at the mercy of your judgment. However, before you pass judgment on me, I would like this to be inputted into the record that I am truly sorry for passing on my adopted brother's name to Thorn Astral Forge and Miss Opalstone. I was just trying to gather information, trying to get my find out where my Stonefist clan was. I would also like to a message sent to my lover Alex the Grey back in Zento that we were able to speak with her mother's corpse, who had been dead for a very long time, and she had said that her thoughts have always been with her and that she loved her. And I would also like to Alex to have any of my possessions that are in my room to go ahead and keep. They are hers. And with that said, I am ready to hear your judgment passed upon me.
You make many demands of this High Court.
My apologies. I do not make demand. I did not mean to make it as demands. I just meant to my final wishes before your judgment.
Alexandra de Grey has not been heard from in years as well. Many thought her to be dead. But if this is your wish, we shall provide it to you as a service to your parents and the sacrifice they made for this country. Your punishment is not capital as that you have sought on those that have wronged you. But you will not see the light of day for quite some time. You shall be imprisoned until thus that your penance has been sought. Several years into the future.
I kneel down, pay my respects to Adona, and say thank you.
You, small one. She turns over to Verna.
Yes.
Conspiracy illegal substances. Now, illegal substances does not carry as heavy a sentence. However, you sought to create unrest between Barclay and Norel and Bergata.
What do you mean by that?
The items in your possession clearly show that you were intending to start war between these nations by murdering the King of Barclay and framing the Aurelian Empire for doing such.
Why would I do that?
Why would you?
I didn't do it. So I don't know why you're saying I did.
The evidence is clearly speaking against you.
Somebody planted those on me then. Because I didn't carry those.
Deception with disadvantage.
Roll twice.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You're telling me there is another master poisoner somewhere within this city?
Maybe the same person that murdered my friend.
This friend of yours, who was he?
He was the editor. I was coming here to be a reporter of some sort, or a PI. He had some things to tell me, but I never got to him.
So why then would it seem that an editor of a small paper here within the city would meet the same grisly fate as so many others across the country?
That's why I came here to find out if you had any new information about it.
This person, you believe them to have been targeted as well as yourself. Why else would you think that you yourself are in danger?
Because I was met with a dagger as I was walking home. Somebody was in the alleyway in the dark. I couldn't see who. Threw a dagger at me.
And where was this exactly?
As I was leaving the ball, heading back to Papa Bear's mansion.
Deception. So you say where you were attacked, and this knife apparently is of Norelian make. Now, pray tell, why would the Norelians be trying to kill you and some random newspaper editor, as well as several people around the country? Again, all the same method of death.
I don't know, to set somebody up. I really don't know. That's why I came here. That's why I went to Thorn's place to see if he can help me.
And why would Thorn be able to help you? He's an upstanding citizen. He is Dean of the College of Thulmar here within Brigada, and a member of the council chosen by divine right.
I'll see if we can, I don't know, get people together to help me out. I heard he could possibly help me.
Yes, you also mentioned that you thought that he had some connection to the underworld. Now, why would you think something of such an upstanding citizen?
I think he was investigating the underworld. Or some sort of things going around here. Tied with Lady the Grey, I believe. I thought.
It is probable. However, that was not his intention, and I can assure you the man has no connections to the underground, and I am still confused as to why he would be the first person that you would try and seek out in such those manners, and not my children.
I talked to him first at the ball before I left. I had a little chit chat with him, and I don't know anybody else on the counselor, and I thought I'd go back to him since I met him and talk to him, see if he can help me out.
According to his testimony, he had no idea who you were until you showed up on his doorstep.
Mm. Uh. I was told of him. Sorry, it's coming back to me. I was told of him, and he was the first name I remember to talk to, I guess, for.
Very well. Unfortunately, because of the evidence on your person, we cannot take this charge lightly. The same poison that was believed to have been used to kill the King of Barclay, the materials were found on you, as well as that same poison within the compound in Norel. Based on testimony from your companions, they believe that poison had been used to kill their king even before any investigation could be done and without his body being present.
So, how did you test for the poison if there's no body?
Poison was found on the scene afterwards. His cup was laying on the ground, apparently. A special mixture containing imp venom.
I'm still lost on all that. I don't know how that came into my belongings.
Regardless, they were on your person, and you are being linked to trying to incite war between these three countries.
I gained nothing from this war, so I don't know how I'm being linked.
The materials for the poison on you, manual of how to create said poison, your companions linking the poison to the death of their king before a proper investigation could be done, and also said poison being found within the Norelian embassy. And you don't know how you're involved.
Yes, because you keep saying Lorraine Embassy. I've never been there, so I don't know how I have it. If I've never been to a place, I don't even know where it is.
Yet
Do you see what I'm trying to get at? Like,
Yes.
somebody's planting stuff on me.
The materials are on you. Tell me, within the last couple of days, have you ever been incapacitated?
I don't know if I remember. We had a long journey getting here.
Do you recall
yes.
anyone ever trying to slip anything into your bag?
There was a riot last night, and we got bumped. Our stuff got mixed up with a couple other things, with other elves running away. I wasn't part of the riot. I was looking for help, and we bumped into the riot, or the riot bumped into us as we were trying to escape the riot.
This would have been after Lady Grey's death, yes?
Yes. I was at the ball.
Yes, eyewitness accounts said that you had left during the middle of the party, right before the king was killed, apparently.
Yes, I was bored of the party and uncomfortable, as you can see with I motioned to my missing arm, and I just wanted to go back home and enjoy a nice night on the balcony.
Yet you said you were in the bars in the slums during the riots. Vernon Thorngage, you were being tried with conspiracy. You were to be locked in the cells until I see fit, until any other evidence towards this issue comes to light.
Out of game. I've never said I went to the bars.
You just did. You just said you were in the middle of the riots and the riots were in the slums, and you said you wanted to go back home for the evening.
Yeah, I went back home and then, how do I explain? Well, okay. Yeah, well, sure.
My judgment is law, and law is my judgment. The two of you will be locked in the dungeon here until I see fit. Now go. And as this bright light fills the chamber once more, the form of Judicar Solaris stands in front of you again. Very well. Please escort them down to the dungeon. As two more paladins will come to either side of you, and another door to the right of the sanctuary opens up and leads down into what looks like a dark, stony chamber. Alright, come on, you two.
I follow.
As you're walking away, you see Judicar Solaris kind of lean down and whisper to one of the priests that is standing next to her.
Can we hear it?
Roll perception.
I'm not going to pay attention to it. I have accepted my judgment.
Verda, you hear her as she talks to this other priest. The others haven't been found yet. They've been missing since yesterday evening. I'm going out to explore myself here in probably about 10 minutes. And the priest nods. And as she walks off, Judicar Solaris does as well. And you are both led down through this dark stone chasm, basically. And there is a large elevator, water-powered elevator, that they lead you to. All right, get on.
I get on.
I guess I get on too.
Okay. They flank both of you, and as you feel the weight of this wooden slab just come down underneath you, it lowers you down into this dark, dank chamber. It's really hard to see down here. There's a little bit of torchlight, but not much. There's this musty, wet smell.
as you're being led to this ramshackle oubliette. Several of these cells look to be built into the actual stone wall themselves, just iron bars that have been laid into this rock. They lead you down to 2 cells apart from each other. And open each one of the cells individually, and Verna, they put you in the first one, and Flint in the second one. And as they close the doors behind the 2 of you, one of the paladins that was escorting you just looks in and, well, might as well get comfortable. You're probably going to be here for a while.
And how long's a while?
He shrugs. Who knows?
Is the door
Sit
closed?
down
Or
on the floor.
The door is now closed, yes.
Oh, never mind then.
And they walk off. Flint, you sit down. Verna, what would you like to do?
Describe the cell again. It's just made out of stone.
It's just a heavy stone cell. It looks like a natural cave that kind of had bars placed in front of it.
Is there anything in the cell with me?
Roll investigation. There's a lot of moss on the walls. There's a slow drip of water in the corner. In the other corner, you see a pile of what looks like filth. Whatever was in here before probably left it. And in the other, as the water's dripping down over it, you see a skeleton.
Good. I start messing with the skeleton, see if I can possibly make thieves' tools or something.
Okay, what are you trying to make?
Something to pick the lock.
Okay. Need you to roll... Let's do a wisdom check. Intelligence. We'll do a general intelligence check because this would be coming from something you know how to do. And... Okay, and I need you to roll a stealth check to try and do it quietly. Okay. Crap. Dropped it. I dropped it.
That's a nat 1 then, if you dropped it.
Verna, as you're sitting there scraping down a piece of these bones, you grab the femur to this guy. You start trying to carve some kind of tool that you can use to try and pick out the lock with. And about this time, you do hear the footsteps of plate as they're coming down through the stone walkway.
I lay on top of the bones or whatever and pretend I'm sleeping.
And you see the torchlight come close to you. Hey, you, what's going on in here?
Nothing. I'm trying to sleep here.
If you say so, just stop making so much noise.
And throw me a pillow and I won't make a noise.
You got a rock, or you can sleep in that pile of shit. It's probably good enough for you anyway.
You'll continue to hear noises then, because I'm uncomfortable.
Well, you're going to be uncomfortable for quite some time, so get used to it.
Sure thing, buddy. Can I fling the shit at him?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. You pick up a large piece of poo and throw it in his face, and as he just oh, fuck you! He reaches for his keys and he opens up the door.
Can I rush him?
You can try. However, as he's standing in the doorway there, he looks down at you. And this guy's huge, by the way.
So he shouldn't be that fast.
He looks down at you and says, he's like, you little shit! I'm gonna pound you into the dirt! Come here, you little... As in the gleam of the torchlight, you see what looks like a small blade of some kind jutting out of his throat.
I reach up and grab the blade?
You can't, because as he falls forward, you see someone standing behind him.
Do I recognize him?
No.
Can I talk to him? Like, who are you?
What you see in the darkness seems to be a large, sentient blackbird with a red crest and a large purple coat, holding some kind of thin sword out in front of you.
Holding as in pointed toward me, or like...
Pointed towards you.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
Verna. And at this point, you'll see a carcass gets thrown at your feet.
I look at the carcass, I guess. See if I recognize.
It's hard to tell, but with the torch on the ground now, you see the bloody carcass of your raven.
Can I pick up the torch and like hold it out to see if I can make anything from the fig?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I do that. I grab the torch and shine the light, see if I can see who the figure is.
The figure doesn't make any sense to you at all. It is a large, red-crested blackbird. You've never seen this person before.
What do you want?
Some spy master, you call yourself.
I've been very busy lately.
So it seems. You getting cozy down here?
I'm trying to, but everybody keeps bothering me, as you can see.
And is it a problem that I'm bothering?
Not right now. See what see what's going on right now.
Tell me, after all this time dismantling this shoddy excuse you would call a network of yours, I've picked up a couple things or two. But I imagine they're things that you've kept close at hand.
Did you happen to pick up my arm?
No.
So what did you pick up then?
Nothing too concerning to you right now as is. But I'm curious. Your, so-called friends, as you would call them. Can't say that I've been able to find too much about them.
Well, you probably never will either.
It's a shame then. What were you going to say, Carson?
Flynn, during all this, you can hear Verna talking to somebody through the walls in your cell. Faint voices are echoing down the hallway.
I don't know if he's there. I think he would go to his. Oh no.
I am just going over my thoughts in my head, really not paying attention to the conversation, trying to make peace with myself.
Okay.
Flint hates me.
Well, I, been busy at work. I'd really like to go home. And, I guess at this point, there's only one thing left for me to do.
You gonna take me home with you?
Wouldn't that be nice? And, take a step further towards Verna at this point.
I step back and try to reach for a bone. Whoa. Never mind, I can't even do that.
You actually have that bone shiv that was on you.
Yeah, but I also have one arm. Well, okay. As he steps closer, I guess, can I throw the flames into his face and rush him with the shiv?
Roll to hit.
What do I roll?
D20 plus your dex. And that's gonna miss. You
Yeah.
throw the torch past his head. However, that was a surprise round, and it does catch him off guard slightly. And now you're rushing him with the shiv, so roll to hit with that.
So straight up a D20 again?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
And that's gonna miss.
Wait, what? Oh! Oh, it lied to me at what the roll was. Okay.
What? Oh yeah,
wait.
because it says it
Oh, the
clearly
first one.
says 15.
Oh, the first one. Okay, the first one hits then. Yeah, so that's gonna hit. As you throw this torch past this birdman's head, you rush at him with that shiv, and as you stab it into his thigh,
Carson, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be surprised.
You can act. That's what that means.
So
as
soon as she starts to step forward towards me, obviously I'm going to retaliate.
Right. So roll 1d4, Verna. Okay. You deal what's your dex mod?
4.
Well, this is an improvised weapon though, so you're not proficient with it. So you're just gonna take it'll just be 2 points of damage then. So you deal 2 points of damage. You stab this guy in the leg, and he immediately does not seem phased by this attack.
Nope, especially when I have it just to be an asshole.
What? What do you mean?
I'm a rogue.
Doesn't seem like you got as clean a hit as it kind of.
Oh. I thought you
Just
were
to
doing
be a
something else.
dick.
Yeah. Well, you do have a weapon and I don't.
Is that the best you can do?
Well, hand me
Go ahead.
Well, hand me a dagger and let's go. Or are
Do
you
one
scared?
better. And I'm going to run her through.
Okay, roll to hit.
Sneak attack since she's so close. Wow.
I believe that hits. Correct, Verna?
Which one is it? The 16?
Yep.
Yeah, it hits.
All right, Verna. As you try and jab the shiv into this guy's leg, it doesn't go in that far, and he just kind of this grin ekes across his beak as he pulls out this thin sword once more, grabs you by the back of the head, and runs it right through your stomach, and you take 27 points of piercing damage.
Jesus. Do I still have the shiv?
You still have it, yes.
Can I like swipe for her eyes or something while he's doing this?
It's targeted hit, but yeah, you can try.
How does a
So
targeted
roll-
hit work exactly in D&D? Is it...
Technically not supposed to allow them, and there's really no rules on it. I'm just gonna let this be a regular hit.
Question: since I threw the flame out, can he really see me? I forgot to ask.
Where you are both standing right now, yes, he can see you because you just threw it past his head and it's laying out and shining light on the two of you. You are now currently right in front of him. So
Okay. And then I rolled a d20.
yes,
Yeah, I'm just gonna die here apparently.
yeah. You try and swipe. You try and swipe up with that shiv, and he ducks his head back out of the way.
Does he let me go and I go back? I guess.
What, do you back up?
Yeah, back up to the wall.
Hell no, I'm pressing you. Yeah. Do I make another attack for you? Carson?
Yep. Go ahead.
Alright. That'll be a 28. I believe. No.
No.
26.
No.
Oh, it's a 16 to hit, but it's 26 damage.
Yeah.
The 16 hits.
That was bad quick math. I was gonna say, it matches with my advantage. Would do.
So Verna, as you reel back after trying to stab this guy in the eyes, still grabbing your gut, he pulls the sword back once more and runs it right through your throat.
Well, I guess this is the end of Verna. Since Flint didn't want to help.
Are you looking towards Flint as best as you can at this moment?
Possibly because I don't know what he's doing. I know he hears us fighting.
Yeah, Flint, you can definitely...
Is this the kill shot, by the way?
Flint, you can definitely hear commotion coming from the cell next to you.
Like I said, I am just sitting here meditating, going over the thoughts in my head, making amends to myself for all the wrongs that I have done.
Okay.
I have accepted my judgment, and now I'm living with my judgment, abiding my time until at which time Adonna sees that my penitence has done.
Okay. So Verna, you are sitting there, blood pouring out of your neck now. It's hard for you to breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I got nothing.
Is that pretty much what you're doing now? You succumb?
About all I can do is just close my eyes and just little prayer, see something will pop up or something, you know. But doubtful.
Alright, then gonna finish her off. A couple more thrusts.
Roll to hit.
Oh god, where did it go? Come back to me. Okay, here we go.
This is really just for damage because this is coup de grace, but yeah, 28 points of damage. Finisher.
I'm just gonna give her 2 more stabs kind of in the stomach and then run it like right under the sternum. Hopefully aiming for the heart is like a final like finish. And then just as I'm running her through, I'm gonna lean in and in Verna's voice we'll just say gross.
Verna, as you feel the tip of this blade pierce your heart. You hear that word in your head, and in your own voice even, your vision starts to go black. And you fall to the ground on this dirty floor.
Can I fall on top of the shit?
Sure. You fall on top of the pile of shit. You are now bleeding all over the shit.
Nice.
Carson, her name's Bella, right?
Bell.
Is it Belle?
Yeah.
Belle.
What?
We all good?
I think so. Just the two there. We need to get out of here.
No other disturbances?
I don't think so.
Then let's go.
And the two of you leave. Flint, you are still sitting there paying penance. And Verna is bleeding out on a pile of shit.
I love it.
And that is where we will end for tonight.
Gross.
Neato.
Okay, so Yid, you need to re-roll.
Of course.
We'll work on that soon. Probably need to do it before Monday.
Preferably.
Yeah, like tomorrow, I gotta reroll an annoying ass character for you. 'Cause now I know how I want to make my character. And it's gonna be worse than Verna.
And once again, I get fucking outrolled by decent rolls.
I know, right? I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah, it was 20s or nothing for you.
No, that wasn't a 20, that was a 22.
No, I mean nat 20s or nothing.
Oh my god.
I mean, you were going up against a goddess, so...
I know.
I was like,
I thought
come
my
on.
impassioned speech would at least have some sway on her.
It did!
I tried to give you the crowd advantage.
It did?
I tried to say to give him advantage.
I thought she was going to give you a lighter sentence, like community service or something for murder, which would have been stupid, but I rolled a 5 on severity.
What is it, like 3-4 years?
Yeah, probably 3 or 4 years, probably.
Well, on top of whatever this conspiracy shit is that I got snaked into.
Well, you didn't get charged with that, Myrna did.
I
No,
got
at
charged
the
with
end.
that.
No, at the end, you said you had specifically called out after I did everything that you, I will also have to sit down because of they're looking into the conspiracy thing to see if I'm involved.
Oh, no. That was for Verna. That was if there was any more
Okay.
information. You were not being
okay,
charged with
because
that there was no evidence for that against you.
Okay, because you made when you were talking about, because I mean I know we just finished, but I thought you kind of directed that towards me too.
Yeah. So Flint's alive, but he's in prison, so you're gonna have to re-roll its will.
He's barely alive, asshole.
Wait, Flynn has to reroll too?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right?
Well, he's in jail for 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need a backstory for my new character too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up something so random.